My name is Jack, and I live in London. Recently, our world faced global warming, which caused a cataclysm that plunged the Earth into a deep freeze. Our city has become the last place on Earth where humans live. We are forced to struggle to survive in the extreme cold. At the beginning of our survival, we were stunned by what was happening. We didn't know what to do and panicked. We stayed in our homes and waited for someone to come and save us. But no one came, and we began to die of hunger and cold. Then a leader who called himself the captain came to us. He told us that the only way to survive was to build a town and work together. Our first steps were difficult, but we built a small town where people could live. The captain helped us survive by giving us tasks and guiding our efforts. But then something terrible happened. One morning I woke up and saw that my wife was sick. I went to the local medic, but to my horror, he told me she had tuberculosis and was going to die. I went back home just to be there for her. When she died, I was desperate. I realized that life in London had become horrible and we needed to make a change. We started collecting signatures and asking the captain for stronger medical assistance. But the captain turned us down, telling us that resources were limited and we should use them most effectively. That was the first rift between us and the captain. Then the day came when the captain announced that our coal reserves were dwindling and we needed to find new sources of fuel. He proposed sending an expedition in search of a large coal deposit to the north, where, in his opinion, there should be better conditions for fuel extraction. But many Londoners were against the idea. They thought it was wrong to send people on a dangerous and endlessly distant journey when our city was already on the brink of survival. We were even going to protest, but the captain rejected our request and ordered us to keep working. As the expedition headed north, our city faced new challenges. We were left without fuel, our houses were frozen, and we had to look for new resources. The captain ordered us to work for 24 hours a day so that we could obtain the necessary materials and survive. Fortunately, the expedition found a large deposit of coal and returned to London with new reserves of fuel. But at the same time, we learned that the captain had concealed from us the truth about the state of the deposit and the reality of its extraction. This caused an even greater rift between us and the captain. We understood that we could not survive in this world without the captain, but we found it hard to trust him, so we decided to start looking for our own ways to survive. We built our own houses and started farming to grow food for ourselves. Every day we became stronger and more confident in our abilities. We found new ways to survive. We coped with difficulties and learned to live in new conditions. But we never forgot those who died in our battles for survival and those who remained in London, and we never stopped dreaming of going home. We began to build new houses so that our families could live in more comfortable conditions, and we also built new workshops where we could produce more efficient equipment. We built new stores to supply us with food and other necessities. But most importantly, we started working together to support each other and survive. We taught each other new skills, shared resources and knowledge. We created a community that was willing to fight for its survival and help others to do so. Over time, we have become stronger and smarter. We learned how to get fuel and other resources more efficiently, we found new ways to grow food, and we created new technologies that helped us survive in this harsh world. We are still waiting for our city to be rebuilt and for us to be able to go home, but for now we will continue to fight to survive and build our community. We know the future is unknown, but we are ready for it and will fight for our survival and future. The captain who led our expedition lived with us through all the difficulties and hardships of surviving in the cold world of Frostpunk. He was our leader and hero, who was always ready to make difficult decisions to ensure the survival of our group. In the end, the captain died of fatigue and illness. It was a great loss to our group, but we continued to fight and survive in the hope that our work and sacrifices would not be forgotten. But we will always remember the captain and what he did for us, and we will hold his memory in our hearts.